struggles of APC, victory knows our aim and dream. Forward ever, backward never. Forward ever, backward never. In the struggles of APC, there is victory.
On your side, unala with special flow with beer. Accurate people on the side. African love ENT. Episode of beer. Una le we beer, le we pitcher. Episode le Kamara. Una le we correct, le we no fat we say. Kamara. Le we no lose up. Episode le Kamara. Le we learn for the play we say. APC de Kamara, na de we dey. APC, na de we dey. De Kamara, na de we dey. APC, na de we dey. Yeah, we victory, victory for us. In the struggle of APC, victory for us. Let we not fetch we settle, let we not cost we settle, let we not blame nobody. We for let we serve. Let we stand together, so APC go calm. Papa check it on it, we not tell we say, we for let we say. Una let we beer, let we pitcher. APC le Kamara. Una let we correct, let we no fat we say. APC le Kamara. Let we no lose up. APC le Kamara. Let we learn for the play we say. APC le Kamara. Na de we dey. APC, na de we dey. De Kamara, na de we dey. APC, na de we dey. You feel we no try make it no for say APC na the best party. APC party, yeah, na the best party. Na the best party. Them and me, una don't rape. APC they come on. Hey young boy, una via. Hey young girl, APC they come on. Do ya, let we no fence we say. We no fence we say. So that's why we go win the battle. Una le we beer, le we pitcher. APC le Kamara. Una le we correct, le we no fat we say. APC le Kamara. Le we no lose up. APC le Kamara. Le we learn for the play we say. APC le Kamara. Na de we dey. Na de we dey. Kamara. Na de we dey. APC. Na de we dey. Party B, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. I said party B, party C, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. all make sense. It all make sense. We for no say now why ABC we get. No total ABC we get. Now that we dey, now that we dey, now that we dey ABC. Now that we dey, now that we dey, now that we dey ABC. Super boy, super boy, super boy, super boy. Overtaking is allowed. Super boy, super boy, super boy, super boy, super boy, super boy, super boy. Overtaking is allowed. Super boy, super boy. Una let we be here, let we patient. ABC they come back home. Una let we correct, let we no fat we say. Come back home. Let we no lose up. ABC they come back home. Let we learn for the play we set. ABC they come back home. Now they we dey. ABC. Now they we dey. They come back home. Now they we dey. ABC. Now they we dey.
APC Sholona, son and daughter of APC, stand firm for 2023. Now only peace and one word, go bring we back to power. Sintolema, a super, Galompan again. We all fall like we say, we not for fret we say, we all now one fabulo. We can argue but we not for scatter. Papa Shaki be dance and we say Family take the band, but we not the blow. They ask mama be dance and we they are Family take the band, but we not the blow. Agnes Koroma, the world best be dance and we say Family take the band, but we not the blow. APC for you, APC for me, APC for we all, APC go say salo. For make we put we party first. Make we remember say blood is thicker than water. Make we know hate we serve for why. Let we serve for side. Let we own we serve for why. So we not go for dumb for side. Let we not fret we serve. Let we remember who side we come up. ABC or why or side. Asebo na we oh na we na APC. 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 Now we build stadium, now we make good roads, now we bring light, we bring healthcare, now we build connaught, now we build law school. Asebo na we oh na we na APC. Asebo na we oh na we na APC. We all fall like we say we not for fret we say we all now one fabulo. We can argue but we not for scatter. Papa Shaki be dance and we say Family take the band, but we not the blow. They ask mama be dance and we they are Family take the band, but we not the blow. Agnes Koroma, the world best be dance and we say Family take the band, but we not the blow. APC for you, APC for me, APC for we all, APC go say salo.
Oh na we salo sabi. I say na we the people they let. From the time where we go, nothing not happen yet. I let net long tete, do must please. na we oh, na we.
Now we salon sabi.
I say na we oh, na we.
Now we the people they let.
Baba Shaki be daughter me say. They ask mama be daughter me it's a day.
There is victory for us. There is victory for us. In the struggles of APC, there is victory for us. For us, oh yes. For us, oh yes. In the struggles of APC. Shall fight and conquer now. Now or never, live forever. Now or never, live forever. In the struggles of APC, there is victory. There is victory for us. There is victory for us. In the struggles of APC, there is victory for us. For us, oh yes. For us, oh yes. In the struggles of APC, there is victory. Sons of APC stand firm. Sons of APC so shine. In the struggles of APC, we shall fight and conquer now. Now or never, live forever. Now or never, live forever.
Register. We suffer for vote. And then when we vote, they don't counter. Dr. Samura Kamara, like everybody else, could say, you know what? Okay, bye-bye. I have nothing to lose in this. Let me move on. But he has stood with the people of Sierra Leone. He has called on the world to come and support Sierra Leone so that we can salvage democracy. He has called on the international community, including ECOWAS specifically, to conduct a rerun of the June 24th, 2023 elections. And up till this day, we haven't heard anything. Dr. Samura Kamara, welcome, sir. How are you feeling?
Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother. I'm fine, thanks.
Awesome. You know, I think I want to take this for say, before we even start anything, Dr. Samura Kamara, maybe let's observe a moment of silence for all the people that have lost their lives. You know, since 2018 to this day. I think it's very important. If you're not Christian, you're not Muslim, you know, let's just observe a moment of silence for people that have lost their lives over the past 5 years.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Amen. Amina.
Amen.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Dr. Samura Kamara, I'll go allow Cashbox for coming real quick. And as much as I don't tell you thank you, and the people of Salon, they appreciate you taking this moment today for coming and talk to them. You've spoken to us. You don't do it on Twitter. You don't do it on Facebook. You don't do you give a speech after the tripartite committee recommendations. Your position is very clear. You've called on everybody for coming and support you for this fight for electoral justice.
Indeed.
And also a rerun elections. So Kashi, come on in and let's talk to Dr. Samura Kamara.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ibrahim, and thank you very much, Doc, for taking the time, precious time, and very busy time. We know you're a very busy man right now. You know, it's easy for us to say, I'm not sure if I should say you've been left alone, but surely maybe you've done this work, you know, nearly single-handedly. And I want to believe that the people appreciate you. And more especially, I think we get to fight the fights now. You know, what we are doing, you know, I think people are going to levy accusations, but what we're doing here is to save the soul of the country. You know, we've as people, as a nation, democracy. Other nations have tried other things, but what we have actually adopted and, you know, say we're going to practice is democracy. And for that reason, that principle must be upheld and must be respected. And for that reason, I believe, for talk about this principle, where I believe say hold the success. Many hold the young for, but if we do not kind of like try for put that democracy in place and fight for it, you know, our riches, like, you know, when it says salon better and all and it comes to not. And, you know, it's a pleasure and thanks. And I believe Sierra Leone, I appreciate your time. That way you don't come take for talk to them. And I believe we're going to yield and answer the question today. And once more, welcome and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Samura. You know, you're the only hope they have at this point. They are with you. Then see your sincerity and see your sense of purpose, and they know and believe what you stand for. You don't tell them, say, you believe, say, we for uphold democracy. Still your position. Now the fact that you don't call for a rerun elections of the June 24th elections in the absence of the results of that election. Are you positioned and they will still hold today?
Indeed. At the same position I hold. But first of all, comrades, let's start by saying thank you very much for having me to this forum. For quite a number of months now, the stolen June 24, 2023 elections, the APC came out very, very strongly, rejected the results, challenged the results on the basis that apart from the fact that irregularities been known from the beginning of the electoral processes as identified by not only the party, but also the international election observers. Carter Center was there, the EU were here, ECOWAS there, the AU been there. Well, then we have our own indigenous election observer group, new. Themselves been there. I think they all raise a number of issues fundamental on the pursuit of democracy as una don't define. And I very much agree to that definition of what democracy is all about. So if we reject this result, we reject process in terms of registration, register of voters, the printing of cards, will not be good. The card things done during campaign period, denial of access by the opposition to other areas of the country. All of them things are totally undemocratic practices. Now, if them practices then go wrong during the process of an election,
can you come close this door for me?
it is only right. It is only right to know, not only
Close
to
the
the
door.
general public, but internationally as well, to say we did not get fair treatment in the June 2024-2023 elections, and therefore we deserve justice. Who today we call electoral justice, when a house name is a household title now all over Sierra Leone. Some people then ask me, what's in electoral justice? But I think there are five key areas where Ike will mention about electoral electoral justice. First of all, voter access, where all eligible voters, regardless of area they come out, regardless of economic status, or any side where they in this world, once they are Leonians and they are eligible to vote, must be allowed to vote. Anything where they prevent them from exercising that one right, now electoral injustice. You cannot marginalize voters. Secondly, fair representation. If the elections machinery say you have political parties, you for make sure the political parties they get fair results. The one the way the people then vote for, let them go to parliament. Then the way they vote for, let them go to local councils. Let them be mayors. Let them be chairmen without any hindrance. Thirdly, protection of voter rights. When you don't vote none, your votes must be counted to your satisfaction that they not shortchange you. Anything short of that, na electoral injustice. Next, also, we're going to call accountability and transparency. If any foul play is suspected during the electoral process, that should come out. And there should be proper accountability. The one that way caused the problem should be reprimanded, identified, reprimanded, so no one will ever do it again. Because anything short of accountability and transparency during the counting, during the election process, voter registration, voter identification, and electoral injustice. Then finally, during the electoral cycle and the process itself, both at the campaign time, before and after, during the elections, after the elections, we for eliminate all sorts of political intimidation, harassment, electoral violence, especially against the opposition. Because more often than not, the incumbent government, because of available resources, they get the power to do all of these negative things. They erode democratic credibility. All the other institutions called election management bodies also should behave credibly with the strongest reputation. Anything outside all of these principles, not a democracy. You cannot say, I'm a democratic country. The unfortunate thing in Sierra Leone is that after the war, we've had a number of elections 2002, 2007, 2012, 2018, where we call democratic. Why? Because there was a smooth transfer of power. In 2002, it was SLPP taking over from the military guys. In 2007, there was a smooth transfer from the ruling SLP government to the All People's Congress Party in the opposition. Smooth. 2012, the APC, because of the good work, was allowed to continue another 5 years. In 2018, there was another transfer of power from the ruling government to the opposition SLPP. Why in 2023, apart from all the harassment, the intimidation, all the things that they do for prevent the opposition, people then come on and vote. And they went to vote in large numbers simply because they want to bring an end to their suffering, socio-economic suffering, the hardship where they belong. Then say, all right, thank you very much. These 5 years, 2018 to 2023, you give me problem. We're not satisfied with your performance. So what do you for do? Will they try another party again? So they went and voted. In the end, they not see their vote, they don't count their vote. But results come out. Say the incumbent government continue. They not get right for ask questions.
We have to write.
Is that anything way not clear to anybody in this country in Sierra Leone? Oh, no, unless if somebody want for for play injustice to the people of this country or to democracy at large.
Absolutely.
We have seen how it happened in Senegal, smooth transfer of power. In Liberia, smooth transfer of power.
Oh, yes.
We don't see that there.
Yes.
Lately, we don't see in Botswana, smooth transfer of power. Eh, why not Sierra Leone? Why not Sierra Leone? And this is my resolve. This is my resolve, and this is the resolve of the people of Sierra Leone, and it is the resolve of the APC party, because
Absolutely.
we rejected results, we make we demands, and against this background, we even allow a dialogue, a mediated dialogue. It came out, and then after that, we signed an agreement, all of us,
Right.
in the presence of international community. Within the agreement, there were 8 resolutions in the agreement for national unity.
Right.
We put a greater emphasis on resolution 3. We say, all right, this is the time now to put the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the elephant in the room, June 24, 2023 elections, the unfairness,
Absolutely.
they were deeply flawed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so the international observers then say, let's find out. Lack of transparency, lack of accountability. So, let's take action. We agree, say, let us examine. We'll be one say investigate, but the committee agreed. Both parties agreed. The cross party say, let we examine.
Examine.
We went there. A report came out, but this report, address the 2023 elections. When are the stem will bring about all of these problems.
Absolutely.
Until we address 2023, there's no electoral justice in Sierra Leone.
Absolutely.
Democracy is under siege.
Oh, yes.
Democracy has been undermined.
Oh, yes.
Can we see it back? Can we see it back? Is it right?
Bad
Is it
precedent.
fair?
Bad precedent. We cannot go back down that road.
The worst precedent in a small country like Sierra Leone, it's another huge stigma we'll not allow for go.
Mm-mm.
We get blood diamond stigma. We forget another stigma again.
No.
Why this effort to electoral justice, starting with the dialogue, onto the tripartite committee, onto the roadmap framework that is presently implementation roadmap that is presently under consideration. These are all historic events.
Absolutely.
Where we are now, we're making history in the world. Any country where they pursue democracy now, we get any doubt about democracy, how it was done in Sierra Leone, how it was undermined in Sierra Leone, they'll not happen again.
Absolutely.
We saw what happened in Guyana. We also formed similar, passed through stages.
Dr. Samura, not to cut you off, let me lay this spade walk. This is President Joe Biden of the United States of America. Way to
We
call.
can effectively
Thank you.
enhance security
Let's
and
listen.
reduce violence is by seeking to improve the lives of the people all over the world who see that their governments are not serving their needs. Corruption fuels inequality, siphons off a nation's resources, spreads across borders, and generates human suffering. Is nothing less than a national security threat in the 21st century. Around the world, we're increasingly seeing citizens demonstrate their discontent, seeing the wealthy and well-connected grow richer and richer, taking payoffs and bribes, operating above the law, while the vast majority of the people struggle to find a job or put food on the table, or to get their businesses off the ground, or simply send their children to school. People have taken to the streets in every region to demand that their governments address people's basic needs, give everyone a fair shot to succeed, and protect their God-given rights. And in that chorus of voices, across languages and continents, we hear a common cry, a cry for dignity, simple dignity. As leaders, it's our duty to answer that call, not to silence it. The United States is committed to using our resources and our international platform to support these voices, listen to them, partner with them to find ways to respond that advance human dignity around the world.
Thank you. Dr. Kamara, I'm going to lay this for Kashi, but Kashi, you get the next one. Dr. Kamara, you have an opportunity now to talk to President Joe Biden. He's about to leave office in January. Talk to him.
President Joe Biden, a man I admire. I've always admired his wisdom, his sense of love for humanity, and more particularly for democracy. If you don't want democracy, tell the people that I'm not a democratic country. Find another means we want to rule them. Then you leave it to them to make that judgment, to choose you or not to choose you, to believe in you or not to believe in you. But not shortchange them, not hoodwink them by using democracy. They don't practice democratic principles. If you are democratic, you have to go by democratic principles. But more particularly so, if you came into power through democracy, if you allow you to give power to your colleague also through the same democracy. And that's why I admire Biden. When the pressure was upon him, he said, you know what? Let me listen to my people. Now he bowed down. Not so?
Yeah.
And he came out strongly to support the vice president.
Absolutely.
You don't see no more. He supports him. When the party lost, they don't bow down peacefully.
Yes.
They were in government. They could have done any other thing.
Absolutely.
But they bow down. They say, fine, we don't lose. The people have spoken. And that's why I admire Biden.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to go along. I only hope also the same way in which democratic principles were pursued and followed. Now, so the government in power now will go through and follow the same democratic processes. And we, countries, let us follow these lessons, these examples. Lord, no hoodwink with people them.
No way.
Lord, no use power and control. Lord, no use resources in our hands. What would they call opposition poaching? If you do well, no need for poach anybody from the opposition for support you.
Oh, yes.
Leave it to the people. Allow the people to come out.
Yes.
And that's why they fight for this. And that's why I'm saying it's a winnable fight. Because you want to fight for the truth. You don't necessarily have to be in the majority. Absolutely. Religiously, we've seen how the most enigmatic, the iconic prophets in the world today, who they worship, their writings, Jesus Christ in Christianity, Prophet Muhammad in Islamic religion, would they follow their teachings today, would they lead me to God? But they were alone. They were persecuted. They were challenged.
Oh, yes.
They were intimidated.
Oh, yes.
But they succeeded. So I can just say, for the truth, it's not a race sprinters. It might take you a marathon race. But once you achieve, it's only a solid foundation going forward for your society. And this is my view, and this is my fight.
Doc, I think Kashi gets a follow-up question to this.
Please.
Kashi, go ahead. Yeah. Dr. Kamara, you just don't talk to President Joe Biden. Now relates this in context to our ambassador now in Sierra Leone, United States ambassador, who represents the views of the U.S. government. And the U.S. government in views, as the president of the United States don't talk, President Joe Biden, for preserve democracies across the world.
Yeah.
But there was a time where you read the ambassador, they say it's unreasonable for us for a rerun elections. And you are asking for a rerun election. How does that contravene, Dr. Samura Kamara, the views of the United States government?
Let me also state that the same ambassador, lately, he goes away voluntarily, without being under duress. When he addressed the MCC, he told them, say, the elections in Sierra Leone were deeply flawed. And until the principles, the reforms of the tripartite committee, FDLs, are pursued to the logical conclusion, let's forget about MCC funds.
Okay.
That's number one. For him to say they were deeply flawed.
Yes.
Number two, the same ambassador in 98.1 radio, when he came back, he said, neither the ECSL nor any political party produced election results,
Okay.
as defined by our results reconciliation forms.
Okay.
Now, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? What's the conclusion?
Right.
Deeply flawed elections, no results were announced. What does that mean? It not lead you to, okay, well, let's take back the elections. Let's go back to elections.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the conclusion. Of course, against that background, Usa Inobewu also mentioned was that yes, ECSL no produce results for backup the announced result.
Right.
They no get documentary evidence. The RRS, they not produce that. Disaggregated data, they not get that. But the APC, notwithstanding, on their own, produce 71% of RR forms eligible RR forms valid. And against them, their own candidates, Samura, Matthew, Wilson, Kamara, he gets 57.17% of the votes, where they 2 percentage points above the 55% ratio required for the victory of our president.
Thank you.
So if you get all that one day, that means you have a room to follow.
Yes,
and that's why going forward, we just say, the international community must come strong.
Oh, yes.
We cannot hide again. We cannot hoodwink the truth.
No.
The truth is very, very clear. And today I was talking to my colleagues. I said, apart from the international community, we're not to be observer missions. And in any case, all of them have representation in Sierra Leone.
Yes, sir.
And before even the ambassador made that statement, prior, as soon as the election come out, the US came up with a statement for challenging the process of elections in this country.
Yes.
For 2024, 2023. They challenged it. Yes. So I cannot see any change. I cannot see them changing now. But the question I be asked my colleagues, I put forward to them, I say, wait, there's something that is missing with the election observer missions. And this is, first of all, this idea of disjointed statements is not good. I think at the end of the day, all of them should have a consensual statement on the outcome of the results.
Yes.
But then again, it is difficult. You are not doing justice to the country, the elections so now they observe. So I think going forward, they should think about that. The second one is that you cannot just leave the countries alone. After you don't find out certain misrepresentations, miscalculations, irregularities in the election process,
yes, sir,
you don't put them in writing. I think it's about you also must have a responsibility to follow up.
Yes, sir.
To provide oversight. To provide oversight. Alone.
I can hear you.
Them to take corrective actions.
Yes.
And I think going forward, this is why I want observer missions also to move. You cannot leave countries on their own.
No.
Yeah.
No. Kashi, go ahead and come on in. You want to follow up on that trend? Let's push on that trend.
Yes, I love that because, Doc, I think the people, I know they say, I think the suffering the cause to make the people become impatient. And one critical thing you've just mentioned is about the international community. And also, like prior to that, before my network player, you mentioned about like the fight for electoral justice isn't a sprint, but a marathon. And this is the problem, like, because the people, like, when they talk about marathon, and I love the fact that now you're calling on the international community for take responsibility, for have a consensus, because it looks as if like they're all over the place. And I love the fact that you're now, it seems like I say you want to challenge them to all this thing because it seems as if like they're dragging their feet. But the marathon we are talking about, we're talking about 25 miles in marathon. And the people,
Yeah.
maybe sometimes we don't even cover 1 mile length. And the people are suffering. The people are dying. You go to corners, like there is no proper, I was saying the other day to somebody, where you want to make somebody, if you go left bus in a corner, just go down Kinjimi and go by White Satin because it is dying. The people are suffering. The people are waiting. This marathon, and I
Yes.
love the fact that it seems as if you want to challenge the international community. And I think we've not even started some of like, because I believe I want to ask one or two, things that are going around and say the accusations and stuff. However, like this marathon, I think the
Yes.
people need a realistic, I know that the marathon is 25 miles. However, are the people willing to wait for this 25 miles to be completed? And by that time, some man go down faint in the road, some man go down die. What is the plan for marathon? And how fast are we going to run this marathon?
All right. Let me first of all define it. Where you are following democratic processes, elections are lost democratically. What do you do? If you're not satisfied and you have confidence in the judicial system, what do? You go to the court.
Yeah.
Okay. Within our own laws, you for do that within 7 days of the announcement of results, which again rarely help, helpful. But let us assume things are normal. When you go 7 days, you will get judgment, whether you lost or you win. But with the satisfaction that everything went well except for Usa will say nothing not go well. If you are dealing with a legitimate government with legitimate democratic processes, but then there are shortcomings, you challenge them in court, the court comes in. But where you are pursuing an illegitimate government, will not accept any wrongdoing during the elections of June 24, 2023, despite the overwhelming evidence. I did the marathon kind inside. If they accept, it's a sprint race. When they don't accept, marathon also constitutes a number of initiatives. Let me give you an example. For a start, President Bill and I met a call. He called me, I
Thank
met
you.
him within 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, we met. And the question was, we have an impasse after the elections. How do we resolve this impasse? And what was the impasse? Number one, the parliamentary boycott. APC say no parliamentarian for go to parliament. Not so.
Right.
So we boycotted. It was the open parliament. APC was not there. Number two, local council representatives, the councillors, the mayors, and the chairman did not take up their seats. And you cannot run a government singly, not to one party state with IPA. You cannot. So, under pressure also from the international community, we agree, say, let that be an impasse.
Dr. Samakwa,
How do we solve
you
that?
just said
Yes.
something. So the international community was the reasoning behind you meeting Madabio. The pressure from the international community.
They also had their own concerns. You
Okay.
understand? I did not
Okay.
talk to them.
Okay.
I did not speak to them.
Okay.
Me meeting with Madabio, then I was, mind you, I had two positions.
Right.
I was the flag bearer and presidential candidate of the party
And the
for
leader.
that election.
Yeah.
I have a solid responsibility, a
Yes.
leadership responsibility
Yes.
to protect the votes of the people,
Okay.
to follow the cries of the people.
Absolutely.
Okay. Then after that, I was also the leader of the party.
Yes.
That's why after our discussions, I told the president, Bio, I said, look, I represent a political party. You know that. I said, as of today, we are opposite directions. On the right, you are there. All you want is to sustain your position, consolidate your position, irrespective of how you gain power.
Mm.
We on the other side are saying we were hoodwinked. The elections were stolen.
Mm.
I want to strengthen that view because we asked for disaggregated results, they were never produced.
Okay.
And all of these were put in the agreement for national unity.
Absolutely.
After our discussion, I came straight to the party.
Thank you.
I went to the party, went to Makeni, at a meeting chaired by the party approved. Okay. They gave me the fact to continue. After the party approved, we came to Freetown, a NAC meeting, where the second highest body, national, no, not the region, they endorsed the dialogue.
The dialogue force. Okay. We're getting there.
You know, the dialogue process.
Okay.
So it was against that even the NAC itself also chose those who represent the party at the dialogue. That's how we had the 9 people who represented us at the dialogue. Went to the dialogue, mediated dialogue. Then we had an agreement, which was all signed by all the parties with the international community. It is against that we had a tripartite committee. And this committee also went to NAC. NAC also approved membership of that committee, which was chaired by Dr. Kamara, supported by Dr. Richard Conte, Petito. We had the women's representative. We have the youth representative. We have a legal representation. Okay, so we had all of these. Now, this committee came with a result, with a report. We saw that report. You get consensual areas, you get divergent areas, then you also
right.
get.
I wonder if we can, Doc. Sorry for cut you off there, because before we delve into, like, waiting come out of these recommendations and things like that, I wonder if I should kind of like ask a quick question, because like you, Miss Madabio, has created this whole lie, conspiracies or true, say you sold out right from there. But the question where I want to ask you, Miss Madabio, has it compromised democracy or the fight for electoral justice by any means?
Or the rerun elections?
It hasn't. If it had compromised, then we never have had a dialogue, a cross-party dialogue.
Talk Creole side. That might me one listen. Talk Creole side.
Yeah. If maybe non-compromise or be non-compromise democracy, you know, for agree for law get a dialogue. Then on top of this dialogue, party dialogue, you say we want referendum for they with we. And when they referee them, now they international people there.
So, sorry, Brian, I don't want to drag this. Also, the international community, did you by any chance recommend to anyone that during the dialogue, the international community should not be involved in or participate in that dialogue?
No. We agreed. When we agreed, say we get a dialogue, now we say, but now we get problems with trust. Let we get mediators them. In these mediators, now they will can agree now say let there be international mediators. These mediators this whole dialogue was facilitated by the Commission for Peace in Sierra
Yeah,
Leone.
Yes.
yeah,
The peace
I
commission.
must give them thanks. They facilitated. But the true mediators were the AU, ECOWAS, the Commonwealth, and of course, we get
European Union.
even the ambassadors there, the Americans, they were on the side,
Yes.
on
and
two
there was one time
hands.
the U.S. ambassador did say you cannot, because when everyone kind of like gets Jule there for mediate it or be the
Ambassador
chairman,
David Reimer.
ambassador did say that Ambassador Reimer did say you cannot be a player and a referee at the same time.
Yes. The issue about Jule there had come up before this particular initiative took place.
Right.
It
Yeah.
came in on July Gawan. Now, when the president go na state na parliament, in the state address, he said, "I'm going to set up an electoral review committee."
Yes.
Now, you ask your question: why did he do that?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
initiative.
The player and the referee.
Yes. From the 2023 elections, something went wrong.
Yeah.
You can make that assumption. Let's just write a conclusion. If something was never wrong, if everything was democratically pursued, probably not for set up that committee.
Absolutely.
Now, when we come out to this cross-party committee, I think I seemingly killed that initiative we announced in the parliament. So it was overtaken. But this one now, it was a much more representative type of initiative where the opposition party was there, the government party was there, and the international mediators were there. That's the difference.
Yeah, Doc, what you go say to them people that we say the APC not for even negotiate with SLPP because the APC knows they win the election? Why the APC as a party, everybody, the executive, everybody agree for even negotiate?
Yes, that is an option. That is, whenever elections don't done, the results are disputed, there are various resolution mechanisms we will take. One, it will say they go to court. We did not go to court for obvious reasons.
Right.
The time was short, and two, results not been there.
Right.
So you go to court and go ask where your documentation.
Right.
We don't get
What
documentation.
do you tender?
Yeah, they don't just throw it. That's one. The other part will say, okay, they don't deny we vote. What did happen? Low jump in the street.
Thank you.
You understand? Low jump in the street. But the question there is, when they jump in the street against a wounded lion, that lion, they not let you so. We have seen tracks of what happened in previous protests. In a country where then they allow protests as part of democratic process, you can do it. Because the policeman there, they protect you.
Right.
Where they protest peacefully with your banners.
Yes.
He can do it for you for as long as it takes until your views are heard.
Right.
And the position is taken.
Thank you.
But I can't see that's happening in Sierra Leone.
So to that point, Doc, the reason I asked that question, because this was a unanimous that the APC as a party agreed for going to the negotiations. Not to you one day make that decision day.
It is a party agreement. It is a party agreement. And even when I talked to the president during the discussion, 30 minutes, I tell him, say, all what you don't discuss, so as far as me concerned, they are done on what is normally called negotiations ad referendum basis, which means that I agree in principle, but I have to refer to my principles.
Yes.
That's exactly what I did.
And that
if I go to it, then we say no. On that, on that.
No, go to treat. Let protest. So, right. So you say the APC as a party, when we come together and say, let we go protest this, not tolerate it, then everybody for the on board. No, so?
Exactly. Or whatever action they before take. Sometimes forget other initiative. But you have been a party. But even this one we don't take so. That's what makes it historic. Now,
Yeah.
historical, this killer initiative. No country, many countries don't ever go through this route. And that's why we should be fair to everybody we participate, we support this process. If there is seeming peace today in Sierra Leone, now because of this dialogue process.
Dr.
In a
Samura,
protest,
on that front, with the seeming peace that we have, maybe this is what is preventing the international partner there. Now they not say, they say, you know what, team? They get peace. This they don't move on. Dr. Samura, they ask for a rerun, but the peace where they, but no, everything is okay in the country. What do you say to that?
well, I think say about judgment on their part. Because then they teach you about conflict resolution, mediation.
Okay.
No, so mediation are part of it is the most peaceful weapon, the most effective weapon. When you go to court to say you're either right or you are wrong, but you know they heal. Court's not a heal. In mediation, you the heal. In a simple protest, public protest, you don't know the reaction of the government. They might unleash force against you. And secondly, if they don't do it directly, they might do it indirectly. When you don't lead a protest, you have to be careful. It's like leading a civil war. You know when you start, but you don't know how it will go. You don't know how it will go. They might plan people against you, for let it become rowdy, let it become lethal. So with all of these considerations, especially what don't happen August 10 in Sierra Leone, and prior to that, what happened to win a party office, during the campaign, what happened to me in Kono, what happened to me in Pujehun, what happened to me, I was coming from the United States.
Doc, listen this. This was the party.
Abiola, can you hear me? Abiola, we need help. We need help. We're in the party office. They're firing live bullets at us. They're firing tear gas. We're on the floor in one room. I'm here with about 20 people, including my. We need help. They need to stop.
Just on a press conference, and then the next thing we knew, we started hearing firing, and our whole office is surrounded, police and army. All of the vehicles have been damaged. Candidates.
Thank you, Doc. Continue. All the attacks that you faced.
Tell me, my brother. All of that. And it happened to me at my 38. Me and my convoy who they turn back. I was coming from the United States. Which happened at my 38. I sat there. We shoot all this sort of thing. We spent over 4 hours under siege. You know, any sane person no will go back and tell people and say, we're not jumping on the street. This election is not too far now. We are. No sane person will do that. That's why God bring this dialogue. And that's why I always appeal to anybody in Sierra Leone, including the international community. Let them respect this exercise and make sure we bring it to its logical conclusion. You know they kill if they take power in your hand. They know they kill you. You had another opportunity to come back. No. Especially if you don't get power through a peaceful democratic process, a seamless transition of power. Why would not allow the people also to make that decision against you?
Thank you. America, the United States. Kashi, go ahead.
Doc, you know, you talk about, you know, Ibrahim just play like, you know, this clip like of, you know, the way they attack the APC party office. It goes back even way before the election. do you think it's fair, or what would you say to people that it is cowardice or my change now afraid now camper you for firstly before the election you were going to pull out of the election. What made you change your mind? And secondly, I think we don't see all this like when they don't shoot people them and you they try to protect the people them. What would you say to people when they say, "Oh, now afraid you afraid"? Like you've been also you don't want to take part in the election, and then like even the protest for make like you don't call people them out for protest. Now afraid you afraid. You don't give me a justification. It's because like you don't want to make people that lost their lives because as
And the party, it's a party agreement. Yeah.
it's a party agreement. We come together and all that thing. But again,
No, it was
the time
it was not a
before
party agreement for Kamara
so
Street. For it was not a it was never discussed by the party. Like how
No.
we discuss the
Right.
evolution of the tripartite, the
Thank you.
evolution of this. No, it was never discussed. I was given a speech in the stand in Brookfield Hotel, my manifesto.
yeah,
We launched it, another thing. Now, someone just pass a piece of paper, say, let's call for a boycott of. No, first, if this man not produce
The result.
the result, the register of voters,
yeah, you saw voters, yes.
all of this thing. But again, let me tell you one thing. You know, if you get your conscience about you, you have a human face. You're not going to use politics for destroy lives just because you want to be a leader. You can change. If you say tomorrow I want to go command the street, I command that I go find and say, this is not a very conducive environment. I don't have right to change. You follow a more peaceful route. But let me also explain to you about this boycott here by elections. We have the history of boycott elections. In Kenya, elections were boycotted. Who that lost? Not to the opposition.
Yeah,
They not continue government.
yeah,
Not the way to go.
absolutely.
And on that particular evening, it was our last rally at Atuga Stadium.
Yeah,
I left early in the morning. I went to Pujang, where I was attacked in the presence of EU observers. Them broke motorcar them. We managed. By the time they come up Pujang, rally Nabo on the road, they rally in 91, all those places. I arrived at about 2, 3 in the morning. I took a stadium. People were still there, but that was our last rally. Then when I reached on entering, all over we were surrounded by forces. You understand? So when I went, I saw all of this. And I said, no, this one, we're not going to come out. Sometimes after I took a stadium, I didn't for finish with all, everybody. I had no mechanism to protect anybody. I had no mechanism. And me not see any even strong party leadership where go say, let's go together. And that's the thing about political rallies, political protests. Normally, when the leadership they make a decision in their comfort zone, in their rooms, love come out. When the time reach for come out, you hardly see them. If you get gullible supporters, they will come out
Yes.
at risking their lives. I don't want that. I've seen the experiences of this. It's
Right.
happened to our party.
Right.
It's happened to our party.
And to that point, Dr. Kamara, just to back up what Kashi is saying here, for 5 years, the SLPP was not challenged. They're not challenged SLPP from the parliamentary level all the way through. A lot of the things that
Exactly.
happened, we don't warrant protest. We for don't make sure say the protest not seem like a new thing to anybody now. And the government would have been checked. Yes. So there was no play.
Elections. Other protests they take other people for economic hardship reasons. Not to
Absolutely.
not to elections, sponsor them, like economic hardship.
Right.
In
Right.
many places. In Kenya, what led to the latest protest? Now, an ordinary finance bill,
Yeah.
the taxation on that bill.
Right.
And I can tell you, who you own finance bills, they get more punitive taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
than that in
Absolutely.
Kenya.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get human rights violations. We don't get extrajudicial killings uninvestigated.
Absolutely.
We don't get so many offerings. unemployment, inflation, everything just a go. I mean, it's difficult. We have no sense of direction in economic management.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We
You
don't
know,
have
Ibrahim,
any
what
Yes,
is
Kashi,
no
go
interesting, I
ahead.
regret.
think, sorry, Doc, and I think because I think we are now focusing, and it's good that they lay the ground for Usai we want can go because you see the
Exactly.
people that need a sense of direction, a sense of hope. You know, the people that need a word from somebody who clearly win the election. Because if we go back, the reason why you call off the protest, it testifies, it means you were right because the APC won the elections. It was a good
Yes.
decision, in my opinion,
Yeah,
that you call off the boycotting of the elections. Hence
I
the
agree.
reason why you guys won the elections. And
Absolutely.
I think this is where we should go, like giving us a plan, making a plan. Like you start by mentioning the international community. They
Mm-hmm.
cannot sit back.
Yes.
You talk about the marathon process. And I
Yes.
know, like, I still they emphasize on that point. And I think we're moving to that direction. But of course, like maybe Ibrahim, like we go sky for makes it say you lay that premise, Doc. So we kind of like come now and tell the people what is the plan? What is the hope? Because the people, I know we cannot force it out of you. Because to be honest, like what you say. So, what is the role of the international community? That is one of the questions. But before we go further, with all the things people have been saying, though, two questions I want to ask you very briefly. One, people are saying that, oh, um, the international community say money not there for rerun. The reason why I want to ask you this question, I don't believe
Yeah.
that because as a financial secretary for years, finance minister for years now, we could see, surely I want to believe like you guys make budget plans. You budget for like because according to the constitution, if you don't get to 55%, like there must be like a second round. Let's assume let me kind of like say rerun means second round. So nobody no go tell me say they don't make provision. The international community say money not there for rerun because rerun could simply kind of like take the place of a second round. How do you guys budget? For the years of experience you've had being a financial secretary, how do we budget
Yeah.
for like election? Because for men tell we say money not be
Got you,
there for
Kashi.
No.
rerun,
Thank
it's
you.
laughable.
No.
Yes. Shame.
I cannot agree with you more. This argument, it come when we meet the international community, and particularly the British and the American, and then they talk about no rerun, we don't have funds. But apart from that, they say rerun not in the constitution. You understand? Now I told them clearly, I said, number one, it is not in your position to stand here and say there will be no rerun. Let that judgment come from the people
Thank you.
whose elections have been stolen. You have no right. Secondly, if you want to support this rerun, you can. But with or without you, that's why you have a government. The government has the capacity to do a rerun. In any case, you're not reinventing the wheel. All the machinery is there. Okay, all the machinery is there.
Right.
What was lacking was transparency and accountability. When you want to rig, you don't follow. If we
Mm-hmm.
had followed 25% of existing laws, we would have had a clear results.
Yeah,
We would have a clear results. But we abandoned the laws. We abandoned everything that was democratically transparent or accountable. We just announced result number from nowhere. And the way it was done in record time, within 3 days, when a record time for Sierra Leone, counting was going on in Podlok all over the
yeah,
country.
yeah,
Even the people in Podlok were saying, they don't announce result. How did they get Podlok results?
Thank you.
How did they get
Honorable
Bombasi
Kemosi
results?
said he made that clear.
yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Come on, say that very clear. So I think the bottom line in all of this is we have to be fair to our people. If you're a leader, therefore be truthful. You know me say when you say the truth, you follow the truth, that's the end of your life. No. You can easily come back if you want to be president again. You can easily come back.
Donald Trump did it.
But we have seen where democracy has played. How the law not say pauper if you take 2 terms, 1 term at a time or 5 years. If you do well, go back to the people. Say, I think I do well, oh, then go vote you in if they are satisfied. If not, then they check you out. Trump they not been doing check money people now 1 term.
Yes.
In countries you see today now 1 term that they give.
Welcome back.
Because you don't do well. So why would they sideline? All of this talk, people then they say, oh, this blood, they ask Samura Kamara, and we not get permission for go see. We don't pass that stage then they.
Absolutely.
Now let us find a way of going forward now to
Yes.
protect democracy in Leone. So
I
with a
rerun
solid
elections.
found-
Yes, I rerun elections. Dr. Samakma, we have funding, like we cash box, they ask the money there for rerun, not so?
it should be there.
Absolutely.
If for day. Because you're not going to election and spend all the budget on
No.
one election. You
No.
always make contingency plan. What if you get by elections? You have to run by elections. What if? Although now, because of the PR system, no more by elections. That alone is of getting your own fault.
What a shame.
MPs now are less representative of the people.
What a shame.
They have no affinity with the people, no human considerations for the people.
No.
Because constitution not there.
Dr. Sabah, that in a conversation we can get for another day. That's a topic in itself. But the fact is, talk to ECOWAS, Dr. Samar Kamara. ECOWAS, you don't tell them, you don't ask them, say, for can conduct this rerun. Because the kind you say inside the tripartite report, convergent, divergent, who sound agree, who sound not agree, you don't call for the ECOWAS can conduct the rerun elections. Dr. Samar Kamara, what thing they cause this slowdown of the ECOWAS? What thing they cause this slow action?
Well, it's a challenge to African regional institutions and sub-regional institutions. It's not easy. We attend their meetings, and then you attend AU meeting, you attend ECOWAS meeting, you see how debates that they go. Sometimes you accommodate with mixed feelings. Because the difficulty is, if the audacity not there for say the truth to your colleague, for tell your colleague, say, look, you were wrong, correct this. We are with you, let us correct it. That's not the end of your life. That's not the end of your statesmanship. So that's point number one. When the heads of state met in ECOWAS, now the same one meet, now they say we need a stabilization force for Sierra Leone, whatever that means. Okay, whatever that means.
Thank you.
Then come out there, then give the chief of defense staff, then self go meet. They gave us a line, a time frame. They gave the people of Sierra Leone a time frame. Everybody was expecting this time frame. It came, it passed. Nobody, till today, nobody not talk to the people of Sierra Leone. I think we owe it, the ECOWAS, they owe it to the people of Sierra Leone to come back and engage them.
Yes.
To say, that's all we say, but for one reason or the other, we delay, we're not able to do this now, but we are coming back. But I'm hoping, I hear the next summit would be the middle of December. Sometime, then we'll come back and make another pronouncement and come back to the people. But whether they do that or not, I think ECOWAS, as our regional institution, they have a responsibility.
Thank you.
To see that democracy thrives in Sierra Leone.
Thank you. Dr.
Well, very well doing it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
They're very doing it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Doc, what do you say? What you go say? When we parliamentarian, and still the parliament, we councillor, and still the they didn't allow the government for function, and when they give them legitimacy. What do you say to that? Because ECOWAS, I make ECOWAS say, the country switch. What they can mix it again? We left Dr. Samak Mana. We don't mix this game on. In parliament, the parliamentarian and in party, the councillor, and what did Dr. Samak Mana talk? Doc, talk to me.
This one, I hope common sense will prevail. I hope a better sense of responsibility, national responsibility could prevail.
Okay.
Because you cannot be a parliamentarian and you not work with the whims and caprices of the people that we represent in parliament.
Okay.
In Sierra Leone today, we know exactly the mood of the people. We know what they want. We gave it. We allowed you to go to parliament. We allow you to take positions in those various seats. Not so.
Yes.
Don't complain. Even the implementation of the Agreement for National Unity, TTD, with panel. A roadmap, the national roadmap was given. It was being challenged. The steering committee was formed. The party will challenge her. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I think under normal circumstances, what do you expect? We say, look, we cannot be at it anymore.
No.
Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to the drawing board and force another dialogue. This time only for 2023 June.
Absolutely.
June 2023 elections.
The rerun of that election.
That elephant was never addressed.
No.
That elephant was never addressed. It's still there.
Mm.
If they're not addressed and another one they make you, I think the people they're not happy, we have a right to go and support the people. We should work with the people.
Okay.
So as I say, I really hope common sense will prevail.
Thank you.
Common sense will prevail in moving forward.
Absolutely. Doc, you see, because again, maybe let me twist to like you strength now, and I think you know all about this. And waiting salon people in the field for realize that the fact that failing to restore democracy would affect like the country economically. There is no way we will able to grow as a nation if we're not able kind of like restore and fight for this democracy. And Ibrahim asked the question about ECOWAS. And not only ECOWAS, like our moral guarantors. Like you talk about the US. Going back few months ago, the US ambassador made mention of how not all of the parties not get a result, which again, I think it wasn't fair on the APC because you as APC gonna produce results, 71% of the RF. And people should know that if those documents that you presented on that report was like something where no like it wasn't a
Falsified.
verified document, you could be in hot waters because it's wrong for you to do that. So it means those documents that you presented on that report, they were verified and authentic.
The RRF
And
forms.
Yeah.
the RRF forms,
Yes.
which is obviously is the proof. But if the results are not available, and like the US, the UK, the European Union, and the AU, the ECOWAS, and all these things, like what you just talked, so the ECOWAS supposed for act. And when you look at like the region, yes, self-talker. Like I remember, like the military conference you talk about, we make reference to, they made mention about say the need for secure the country there because like it prevents so many other things where people go do as a result of like when they've been pushed to the wall. With all of these things, I know you've addressed ECOWAS. How do you think this whole electoral justice, the plan for the people to succeed? Because like at least you make mention say there is no way you're going to call the people out because you feel like the people are not protected if they come out. So what is the plan for the people for the restoration of this democracy will not be stolen from the people? What is the plan for this electoral justice, Doctor?
Right. So now we talk about the role of the international community, not so.
Yes.
The one who get the pivotal role today for Sierra Leone in the Sierra Leone situation, now ECOWAS.
Yeah.
ECOWAS, he always take leadership. When ECOWAS take leadership and action, ECOWAS will be supported by all the other institutions, financially, logistically, you name it. We are asking, they ask ECOWAS for undertake an urgent review of the 2023 election data now. That alone, for let you ascertain the results are credible.
Yeah.
If we don't do that one, then Samura Kamara win, so be it.
Yes.
If na Leone win, so be it. The people are ready to accept.
Yes.
You understand? They're ready to accept. In the absence of that, it's difficult to judge the mood of the people.
Okay.
Sometimes when people are angry, they reach to a limit, you don't know their actions. They cannot even wait to be led by anybody. And for Sierra Leone, we don't get this stigma of killings. What happened in this 11 years war? Unnecessarily. We kill ourselves no more. Lost lives. People ran away. Today, the number of people that are living Sierra Leone, a plenty,
Oh yes.
a plenty. They are living in this country because of the satisfaction. And if this thing continue, nobody will stand up there and tell the people, vote for me. What message are you going to give to the people? They will lose confidence in democracy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Confidence. And what else will they do? You and I will not know. You not go know, me not go know. What you don't want is another bloodshed in Sierra Leone.
Mm. Mm.
Another bloodshed in Sierra Leone.
Mm.
We don't want that. We don't suffer a lot. 11 years unnecessarily. 30 days will not able to heal the wounds. The report will come out. We not able to look am. We not able to look the report. Reverend Humper, the own report, 30 days. So we have a lot of reference material for us to correct this thing ourselves. But you need strong leadership. You need strong leadership. All the reforms that we put in at the tripartite committee, they were there, 102 recommendations by the EU.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
They mean
Yeah.
there. So now just cut and paste with small
Mhm.
modification or extension sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Doc, I know what you get for do after this today. For call ECOWAS, you go write letter to ECOWAS. You go do another speech to ECOWAS.
I
Sorry?
have.
Okay.
We get a strong diaspora group, concerned Sierra Leoneans.
Okay.
They call them Sierra Leone Advocacy Movement.
Is that
They
is that Dr.
Slam,
Fuller?
Slam,
The Slam.
the Dr.
Dr.
Fuller.
Okay.
Then there are other concerned Sierra Leoneans also. I think they're in the process of trying to engage ECOWAS also.
Okay.
And I think I feel say we as a party, since we are being relied on as intercessors
Right.
for the people,
Right.
we have a responsibility also to write to ECOWAS.
As a party.
Yes.
Okay.
For say, look, nothing is moving. We still have a worse impasse than ever before.
Absolutely. But Doc, to that point, Salon people no say the party don't left you behind. Now you there on your own.
Well, I don't go say the party don't left me behind. There are two things that are happening.
Okay.
We have the fight for electoral justice. Then the party leadership also say the party also had other activities.
Okay.
Like registration or other things. They also must go hand in hand. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
I have no problem with that. But we must be seen to be going jointly. But if we rank them up.
If the party tell you say it's done and dusted, I mean, let's move on to 2028. But you as the flag there.
We have to rank them that 2023 is top of the list.
Thank you.
If you don't correct 2023, 2028 is meaningless.
Thank you.
Nobody would allow you to go to vote 2028. There'll be no Democrat 2028 too.
Absolutely. Doc, again, you make a point about you gave a speech at the APC party office and say this fight of electoral justice now winnable fight, and now ECOWAS seem for the drag fit Naya. If it is a winnable fight, what's now the strategy? I know, is it pressuring ECOWAS because it looks like I said that's the only means, because if it is a winnable,
yeah, sorry.
Right.
We should go to ECOWAS on behalf of the people. You cannot tell all Sierra to go to Nigeria and meet ECOWAS.
Yeah.
Now me get political parties. Now me call that advocates. You don't have to be a political party. They know they suffer now. Some of them not in a political party, but we're all suffering electoral
Yeah.
injustice. Not so
Absolutely.
we
Yes.
suffer
Yeah.
economic hardship. So then then say can put pressure. Influential Sierra Leoneans can put peer pressure. There is a gentleman, we're not Australian. I don't read the articles lately. Ambassador Karim. I
Yes.
know that I don't see articles there.
Yes.
He's not Australian, but he's saying the truth. He's drawing issues in front of ECOWAS. Say, no, just sit down. Don't just sit like this. ECOWAS, for understand, say now there are problems in Niger, there are problems in Mali, there are problems in Burkina Faso, Chad.
Yeah.
You go sit down against don't become another one. Would you?
No. We look at the breakaway.
They have to.
Yes. The Sahel. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it's not right. You have to go into self-introspection and think, as an institution, what am I doing that is not correct? When you form institutions, una go there no money, they pay una salary every day. You hold summit, then una go drink wine, talk be. When the people are suffering, your people are suffering.
Right.
Go back to the drawing board and try to ask yourself, what sustains ECOWAS as a region,
Absolutely.
as a regional institution?
Mm.
Is it your offices you are holding, or is it the people you are representing?
Right.
If the people you are representing are not happy, wouldn't you ask questions? Would you try to ameliorate their difficulties?
Yeah.
And they put up on ECOWAS. And you know, say once ECOWAS take the front line, the front seat, all the other institutions then will follow.
Thank you.
But I also believe that for us within the APC, we also get for move harder.
Kashi, let me ask you this. Do you think if Dr. Samura Kamara asked the APC executive for write a letter and go do it, you feel say Lansana Doumbouya would pen a letter again to ECOWAS to demand a rerun election?
If they're not right, I would write.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Kashi. Doctor has answered the question already.
What did Doctor say? Sorry, I didn't get that.
He says he's going to write that letter.
But you know, right, I, Samura Kamara, on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone, I will write
Thank you.
Follow up on that.
And specifically, Doc, we're talking about a rerun of the June 24th, 2023 elections, correct, sir?
Man, I was the front line as a flag bearer. Now, two contests the presidential, not so.
Yes, sir.
So I have a right.
That would never change.
Yeah, it will never change. When that highest honor a party can give you, it's at the highest honor now, and the way you don't get that, nobody will ever take it away from you.
No way.
It stays with you until you die.
Yes, sir.
Even when you get another flag bearer, you already have earned yours.
Yes,
you
sir.
don't get that.
Yes,
You
sir.
didn't fly.
You did mention Jishno say now una 2-1, and I love that. Now una 2-1.
Yes.
And you see, this is the question that baffles me and get me worried about the position of the APC. Now una 2-1. If according to the executive, they say you sold out, then if not a 2-1, surely therefore pack you in a corner because they say according to them, therefore pack you in a corner and let Cherry Coco take up the flag and fight for this winning, whether all the claims say the APC won the election.
Well, I only hope, again, as I say, I always say common sense should prevail because, you know, some fact the way they do, if you feel say na person they do, tomorrow, it go haunt you.
Oh, yes.
If you don't represent your people well, it will haunt you.
Oh, yes.
The same thing will happen to Samura Kamara might happen to you tomorrow.
Yeah, yes.
And nobody will come to your aid.
Mm-mm.
We just want position because we want position.
Yes.
We want position for SARS, for fulfill the mandates of that position. That's why I always look forward to the party. Yes, let's pursue other activities, but this particular one is inconclusive. The June elections still inconclusive. Let us try whatever means, Lord, bring us to a conclusion where the people then go happy.
Yes.
Tomorrow with Samura Kamara, when you tire, you know, you get them support, and I'll go back to the people. I will
Yes.
go to the people and say, my people, I don't try. I cannot try anymore.
Okay. Okay.
I cannot try anymore. I
Doc,
don't try.
Doc,
This is the farthest I
Doc,
can go.
yeah,
I
Doc,
will be
you
honest. I
mentioned,
mean, you know, how they talk so.
Sorry,
From
sir. You
young
said
heart,
what?
now they talk.
Okay, from your heart. Yes. Doc, so that
But from
question, I
young
don't say catch you get question. How long,
yes.
if you don't for put time on them, how long you feel say you go carry on with this? Because this is hard to rendering. Doc, somebody this what you go through, so it's painful. How long you go dip on this?
I don't go very, very far. I don't tell you now, we're at the point where I want to put pressure now,
Yes, sir.
equally to ECOWAS.
Okay. Okay.
So ECOWAS now, for me now, ECOWAS now I want to put emphasis on.
Yes, sir.
Because now they represent we,
Yes, sir.
ECOWAS. The United States, UK and all that, if ECOWAS say yes, then say we support.
Yes, sir.
yes,
But that's a one democracy. Sometimes I dey look forward to the US, UK for put pressure by ECOWAS also.
Thank you.
To say, hey, we are protectors of democracy.
Thank you.
We see say democracy dey fall na you one of the member states.
Yes, sir.
We don't see what happen na your other member state. We don't want an expansion of what dey happen. You will lose the institution. And
Yes,
I don't
sir.
think the United States and the UK want foresee ECOWAS going into oblivion.
Oh, yes.
We don't want that.
Oh, yes.
Because it's been doing a good job. It's a good job. I was also expecting even the AU for take lead position into this. So both ECOWAS and the AU, these are the regional, sub-region, regional African institutions. You should prove your merit, prove your
Absolutely.
worth.
Absolutely. Kashi, let we allow Doc let drink a little bit of water. At least let it get his throat not dry. And we to carry this conversation. And we'll take it from
absolutely.
there.
And Ibrahim, before we do that, let's just quick one. I think what Doc like because we asked for plan for the whole tripartite, the movement, the plan. Doc just confirm and say now in next move now for put pressure on ECOWAS. So I want to take it. That is the plan, and of course there's going to be
Is the plan.
an issue with that because
Right.
Doc also talked about the institution because it looked like I say in the institution some amount of calling man game they play the way they cannot look each other in the eye
Right.
and say this is what you they do so it's wrong. But look like I said the plan here that I can see from Doc because Doc say if it last Nadumia not write the letter, which I don't think last Nadumia would ever write that letter. But if he not write the letter, he will write up. And I guess like that's the plan that he's going to put pressure
Beautiful.
on the ECOWAS now.
Okay.
And I know so we have, as I said just now, you have Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora who are so serious concern for Sierra Leone.
Right.
That's capable of doing it.
Yeah.
You understand, eh?
Everybody. Collective
Despite
fight.
everybody, and even within Sierra Leone, there are influential people. I don't tell them, say, within APC, Leone left 2028 first. Let's finish this battle where we get to its logical conclusion. Left a 2028, 2028 know they run past you. You know they run.
Doc, if I can ask you a question before you go take water. People might ask the question and say, you were saying 2023 or electoral justice. They say, what if they say you buy time just for drag because you get a plan for 2028 where we like
I'm not Samura Kamara. I'm not no plan for 2028. I'm sorry. Honestly, I dey tell you between me and una, my fight is more for the people of this country, for democracy, than for Samura Kamara as a person.
Thank you.
You know why I say so?
If it doesn't work ever. Yeah, God.
You know why I say so?
Please, go.
I don't spend over 40 years in serving Sierra Leone. I am fulfilled. I have served many regimes in this country with a strong reputation, credibility. You understand?
Yes.
No institution other than Salon today. And I must appreciate Pakaba. Through Pakaba now will restore all institutions them will bring sanity into budget management. We do structural adjustment programs. For so many policies, budget reforms under Pakaba, all these institutions today. And who was at the helm of it? Samura Kamara.
Yes.
I think if I stand up today, as I look SLRA, under my hand. Oh, I look at NASIT, under Samura Kamara hand. Even the SCC, Samura Kamara handed the empowerment
Mm.
to go computing and this type of things, he handed it.
Mm.
National procurement, public procurement, Samura Kamara handed. Financial inclusion in Sierra Leone, Samura Kamara handed.
Mm.
Foreign service, moving the foreign service from pipe smoking, political diplomacy to economic diplomacy.
Mm.
Samura Kamara and even starting off an institute for career diplomats. Samura Kamara handled it.
Mm.
So really, this one I just feel say now God given opportunity to say, come and do more.
Yes.
Those days we are saying yes, sir. This
Yes.
time God say, you they at him, the buck will stop with you. So I
Yes,
give
sir.
you this power.
Yes, sir.
That's why I consider my uplift to where I am now as divine intervention.
Absolutely.
Divine intervention through President Ernest Bai Koroma. And I can tell you this, one day, until I was elected, nominated and elected 2018 na Makeni. And I never discussed this issue in Samura Kamara. It never come to me. He said, now
Mm.
you are the choose. That's why when he called my name, when waltzing up, I almost collapsed. I almost fainted. Because I went to Makeni 50-50. I said, it be, not be. Me na professional, I will continue back with Adepa. So I owe it to him. Giving me the privilege for serve at this highest level. If today I'm finding it difficult to achieve the objective I'm for achieve, we left with God now.
Mm.
We left with God. No one is Kuruma and fault again.
Doc?
You understand?
Yes,
The
sir.
people I know in 2018, the people voted for Samura Kamara, but Samura Kamara lost the election.
Yes.
I know in 2023, the people voted for Samura Kamara. Samura Kamara was proclaimed a loser, even though results were not substantiated.
Right.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
All engineers, I go bury him today. The pastor, they try to talk about belief in God. A good o, a bad o, na God. Let me could say what God cannot do does not exist.
Yes, sir.
And for thank everybody within the party we stand by me. But so also anyone where they try to undermine the people, not achieve the so-called electoral justice, we left them to God.
Yes,
How
sir.
they swear, but
Yes, sir.
just mean a religious person. I believe in
Absolutely.
God.
Yes, sir.
So I have to go back to God again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is
Absolutely.
where I am.
Dr. Samura, let me tell you
This
something.
is where I am. I
Where
know
the way it sounds so
people,
right now, it is like
yeah.
you're not going to plan for 2028. But this is the problem. You've mentioned voter apathy. The way where the people sad with the way where the rest of the APC party they carry themselves, where they not stand up with you for fight for this electoral justice in the rerun elections. And they tell you, Dr. Samuel Kamara, if you they not conduct these rerun elections, moving forward in Sierra Leone, the way people don't discourage for participate in democracy, it is not like any other across the world. Mark my words, sir.
Correct. You're very correct. You're very correct. All I'm saying now is that allow the people to speak for you.
Yes.
Allow the people to vote for you. The voice of the people is the voice of God.
Yes, sir.
When the people can there for you, the judgment about going for election or not is not in our hand again.
No.
We have seen it. Why the people they force you. Command they just come on jail. Mandela, 28 years in prison. Wait, come on, the people they not vote. I mean, I was in South Africa for that election 1994.
Wow.
When the people then they for you don't need campaign safe
No.
because they don't buy you.
Yes.
So why would they rush? Why would they rush all of this? What message? If me, I always ask the question: If we don't bring 2023 to a logical conclusion, to the expectations of the people, to their satisfaction, to their happiness, whose message we will get for 2028?
Yes, sir.
Me na APC. Whose message I will get? Una vote for me. But notwithstanding, if the people they identify, even somebody within the party also, they can come out again and say, you go to our party, but for you, one this change, will put you, now you will trust it. And
Yes.
don't forget, I can always say this, APC support has been in a default mode for many, many years.
Oh, yes.
By that I mean, people then they support you no more because of the party.
Yes.
They don't want to know whether they perform or not they perform.
Mm.
They will support and give you position because of the party. You understand? Eh?
Yes, sir.
But today's modern politics, 21st century politics, personality counts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not to say if the APC like the dog you put, then go vote for the dog.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah.
No. The people today are wiser. They're more politically aware. They are following us. We all where they saw as leaders, then they follow we. Tiki.
They are watching.
Exercise small patience.
Okay.
And see how far ECOWAS they can go.
Absolutely.
The fact that the heads of state they meet, they take decisions. Let's see how far they will carry that decision.
Okay.
I'm not just saying go take.
Right. So that means, Dr. Samura, you get for try to get this letter out before the meet, no so?
Yeah.
Mid-December.
I will before they meet, I'm going to send my letter.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes, I'll write a letter to them.
I would say before the meet, Dr. Samura. Before the meet, so you pile the pressure now, so when they meet, that's what they talk about.
That's what he said, I think. Is that what
also, I mean, even when I tweet for congratulate Trump,
yes,
I raised it. Right at the
absolutely, you did.
Yeah,
I raised it very, very clearly.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, I will send them letters. Right now, we're trying to make contacts with the UK also. UK said then they after now we now boss them.
Yes.
It's be our people.
Yeah.
So if we get slippages in that relationship with respect to democracy, I think we have to revive that relationship.
Yes.
We have to ignite it.
Yeah.
And raise
I don't know how long we get for go, but you see, crucially, you see,
yes, sir.
waiting doc they talk so it is clear that there is a plan. ECOWAS is the next big thing. The UK for contact them. You know, Donald Trump and this waiting people in the paper realize Doc tweeting kind of like gets serious impact to the reputation of the country. And it is saddening me, Doc, I didn't deny they try for make things sweet. And this now what they say on a daily basis. The tweet where you they tweet, like you know your position. People understand say if you don't sell according to how they put them say you don't sell, for you to be tweeting like that, it just doesn't make sense. And you know, when you say these things, people are just feel say you they try for cajole and make you feel good. No. The point is, like, Doc, if you sell today, the APC as an institution gets rid of you and they fight for the results. Because all of them are telling us they won the election. We win the election, we win the election, we win the election. How can you win something and allow one person? Look, my question to you, do you have the power as a single man for sell the APC they're winning?
Not possible. It's not possible. If I mean they sell all of them, they can for talk there.
No.
So people don't hold me.
They go say, what if school of thought say, you know,
he wants to go through that route. I think we just have to wake up. What happened to the APC is a wake-up call. Sometimes we'll not be expected to go lost 2018, we'll not be expected to go lost 2023. It's a wake-up call. We have to wake up.
did not lose. You not lost 2023 though.
No, don't the mean say we not lost some. Now they say we not lost some, but we have to wake up to it. You know, it's sad. The utterances at the initial stage, and Boxx small. It dislocates we. But today, the utterances that are coming by the same people, it gives small confidence again.
Right.
Because those days they said, Samura Kamara, I want to go see you. You know, come, we not send them, we not tell the party. But lately, the same man we talk down there, now he talks to Samura Kamara, we come out to you, he can't take permission, report to the party, take permission.
Absolutely.
So, be happy.
And by the way, Dr. Samura, the same executive, they go see Marabio. It is that. We know say them, they go see Marabio.
Yes. Well, I don't know, when at least when I go see him,
you can't talk.
I can't report.
Yes.
I say for the people I'm talking, something come out of it, where systemic action came out of it. If them go see Marabio, well, then look. But I don't know. I cannot vouch for them. Nobody can report to me. Say I don't go see that man, this sort of thing. But me no say if you are a leader, you should be transparent to your people.
Avoid is to allow my ambition.
Thank you, Doc. I got one last playlist here. Let you listen to your speech where you did just after the election.
Power to put the lives of my innocent supporters at risk. For some people, this may appear as a weakness, but I am convinced that it is a measure of respect for the dignity of human lives. At the same time, many have accused me unjustly of selling out the right of the people. Both actions are not and will never ever be my way of life. My personal choice remains to avoid these acts and remain, as always, throughout my fulfilled professional career, a trusted servant of the people and country. Where I come from, honesty, reliability, and integrity are compelling and demonstrated priorities. I do not believe in using the bullet or money to win power simply because I don't know how to do that. And if I have the power to do so, I certainly would not. What are the next steps? To my fellow comrades of the APC, I say that at this point, the battle for electoral justice must now be owned by all levels of leadership in the APC, from ward to constituency, from district to region, and from Samura Kamara to the party leadership. This is not a time for recrimination. It is a time to look at the cumulative turn of events that have brought us to where we are as of now. We cannot continue to be enablers of such massive electoral fraud. If we do not unite to save democracy now, trust me, we will lose the soul of our party forever. As a party, we need to demonstrate a willingness to defend the rights of our people.
Awesome. Okay, Doc. I think you've made it very clear then.
I still stay with that.
Thank you.
Accurately and transparently.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, Doc,
for reminding me.
I think sometimes
we are. So, Kashka, I just want to remind you, we're 1 hour 39, almost 1 hour 40 minutes. And also, we're going to bring Doc back. Doc, when are we going to come back? We have to have something solid. We have to come back, Doc, because we're not going to keep the people too much in the dark. We're going to keep engaging them.
I'm glad for this session today. At least people are hearing my voice again. And I just want to renew, to emphasize my trust in the people, my respect for the people.
Yes.
I want them to believe that this Samura Kamara.
Dr. Crew, that mami wa yeri enda. Dr. Crew.
I want to let the Samura Kamara they continue for faith for them.
Thank you.
This people they faith, by the grace of God, we know say God will land with safely. That's what we want.
That rerun elections. That rerun elections.
I know whatever now, but yes, I know say pressure day. because of the expectations,
Yes.
because of the suffering, because of the suffering.
Yes.
I think the people, when they come vote, they not be expect this at all.
No.
What happened
No.
to them?
No.
Don't expect so. So, with the hope say, God will right the wrong. God will right our wrong. I think say no go take again by the grace of God.
Amina.
Let's have that. Look at that faith play.
Amina.
I will continue for the talk to them now regularly.
Thank you.
Any development where they take, I'll report to them.
Thank you.
Yes.
I will report. Let them know what's
You
happening.
know, Doc, Ibrahim, Doc, I must say thank you very much because I know no matter what you go do, people are going to, the naysayers are going to twist things around. But you
Yeah.
see, we are here for like stand as a voice. And I don't want to kind of like, I cannot but ask this question to you.
Yes, please.
What is the relationship, even though it don't matter now, yeah, because for me, my focus here is the fight for democracy, for save democracy, for restore democracy that we continue. But, I just want to ask a very personal question to you. What is the
Mhm.
relationship between yourself and the former president, who then your former boss? What is the relationship?
You just know what I talk, where I pay homage to her, not so I pay
Yes,
respect to her.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I think I through God pass divine
Yeah,
intervention, not so I owe it to
yeah,
him. Throughout
Yes.
yeah.
this government, I've had the most senior positions. And as I always tell him, me and him relationship, not to politics.
Mm,
We're a family.
mm.
We're a family. And that will never break. That bond will never break, as far as Samura Kamara is concerned. If anybody they try for break that, in they listen to them, I repeat to God, let God change the heart. Let not listen to people there. It better if you listen to me. Lord, talk face to face. If you get anything against me, it better if you tell me. Whether I do something consciously or unconsciously. We talk, the last time we talk for about 15 to 20 minutes. After that, we'll not talk it. You understand? Would they make effort for what we discuss? But I did say this through this medium today. Me, as far as me concerned, me Samura Kamara, I don't get nothing against Ernest by Kuroma. The present state where it is so, he has to bleed every day. Not to stay down the way himself he ever dream. Not to stay down the way anybody in a salon dream. After all the good way he do. And I served him diligently in his government. I served him diligently. I sacrificed my time, my energy, my family diligently. I don't go see you say I will turn now. All of a sudden, I be a bad person to Ernest by Kuroma. It's not possible.
And if you permit me for ask one more question, Doc, what would you say? Speak to what would you say to the executive
Hmm?
in this fight? What would your
The
approach, or
executive,
what would you say to the executive in this fight for
the
restore the
executive,
people their dignity?
I don't tell them. They know in all my statements, I always call for party unity,
Absolutely. Yeah,
intra-party unity. If we not be get any small diversion in all of this, we not for the of this today.
absolutely.
For that long ago.
Agree.
The APC be for
Agree.
in the power. No put it that way.
Agree.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, even the
Agree.
international community. There was a time when they say, how can we trust you that you are a party ready to take over governance? They've said it to us. Now, no more they play, we say, no, we are not divided, we are united. But they must see it in action. They must see it in action. Not to follow talk, and all. And what didn't they forget for realize that the people out there are also watching us.
Yes.
And they will take judgment, they will take decisions
Yes.
on us. So tonight, I just want for appeal to the chairman, the deputy chairman, the secretary general, all the members of the party, executive, national executive. Let us come together. Samura Kamara is still relevant. You cannot be a flag bearer presidential candidate all of a sudden. you left the party. All of a sudden, they decide for ignore you. No, it doesn't work.
The people they see.
You know, people are seeing this. It doesn't work. So yes, I know the party has other activities, but let's take this activity as proper. Just like one unsigned document there. You cannot go back to this document and unsign.
No.
You cannot.
No. Produce the results or give us the rerun elections.
Yeah, why can't we go back to that? The preamble of the National Unity Agreement, they disaggregated action against the Electoral Commissioner and others. Tripartite, the tripartite would they say examine 2023. Up to today, if we not examine them, the battle is not yet over. It's not yet over.
No, sir. No, sir.
Until we examine 2023 election to its logical conclusion. Then they tell you now, say, you know win. Now that person win. Now make they put us squarely back to ECOWAS. Because now they send observer mission here.
Right.
They've seen the reports of the other observer missions.
Yes.
They say no go respect that one and say no, this is now we responsibility this. They are the greater responsibility.
Absolutely.
The people are looking forward to them. They are looking forward to them.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You know, Doc, before you go, I just want to take this opportunity on behalf of Sierra Leoneans. Because a lot of Sierra Leoneans say, Dr. Samura, from when this election done, he did a salon, he did at the country, the waka waka, the travel, he study.
Yes,
they appreciate you. They appreciate you, Doc. I think if anything.
But you know what? Even if I travel, I know they travel now. I don't want misgivings because for give information now easy.
Thank you.
The day when someone come to move, you go to America, go and say, oh, look, I don't know where play for now.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They much anticipate.
Yes.
And they come to me every day. People that they come. And just to give them hope. To give them comfort. To give them comfort every day. Committee then they come, groups that they come. When they come, would they pray, would they talk, would they share ideas?
They need you, they want to see you. If you travel, you run up and down, they're not going to know what you did. They say, look up. You don't tire.
You cannot have your cake and eat it.
No way.
No way.
You know what? No way. Doc, listen to this.
The European Union Election Observation Report has been finally released, entailing 21 recommendations and 7 priority areas. The report broadly reflects the position of other international observer missions. When reading out the reports in front of journalists at the prestigious Radisson Blu Hotel, the chief observer started by commending the large voter turnout, which she says underscored the appetite to take part in the political process, but however noted that political violence shrinked the political space, lashing out on the Electoral Commission for not demonstrating transparency during the very crucial tabulation process.
However, there were also issues that we, as a friend of Sierra Leone, observed and are imperative to address. Firstly, political violence shrank the space of political participation. This was observed by the EU Election Observation Mission in at least 6 districts. We also saw disproportionate use of force by security agencies on several occasions. And here I want to stress, violence has no place in elections, neither here in Sierra Leone nor anywhere else on the globe. Also, I want to speak about the tabulation of results that proved to be a key issue, a tipping point. The ECSL did not ensure transparency at this very crucial stage of the process.
She added that the ECSL did not heed calls of international observers to be open about the tabulation process, adding that out of the 21 recommendations, they are pinpointing 7 priority areas.
Our observers, as well as citizen observer at the Tally Center, could not conduct a meaningful observation of the tabulation of results. Despite repeated calls from observers, the ECSL did not publish the disaggregated result data. Lack of transparency and limitation on independent scrutiny leaves space for doubt and stains an election. This takes me to the most important part of our final report, the recommendations. The elections highlighted an urgent need for reforms to enhance transparency and inclusion. To build overall trust in future electoral processes, and we as observers and friends of Sierra Leone have identified 7 priority areas where result steps are necessary to uphold regional and international standards for democratic elections and to help democracy strive. In total, there are 21 recommendations, but we found 7 priorities.
Doc?
Yep.
I had to give evidence of what we're talking about to the international partners, so they'll see.
So I want my colleagues to go back and listen to this again.
Thank you. There is a lot of these.
Let's leave 2028 for now. We are big. 28.
Thank you.
If you don't build a house on a strong foundation, you know will stand.
No.
Just so want to build APC on a weak foundation.
Absolutely.
Salute people. Dr. Samura W.M don't try today. It don't late now. Let go rest. They don't work out today all day. Pambering, all the yagba. People in the camp. All man, they can ask question. Well, they don't can explain today. The next step, again for write letter now. If the APC party not write the letter, instead they write that letter. And they don't call everybody for join and participate. We all use a write letter. Everybody, not left handed. We members of parliament them. Let common sense prevail. If we serve the people, we are common parliament. Cancel us. Common sense, let it prevail. We are common council. Let we fight for democracy. A water. The lives of our people today, what we see, the kush epidemic, the drug epidemic, the migration over migration rate. Nobody, everybody dissatisfied at the country. Nobody not glad. The country not going anywhere. We don't get finance act, all kind of things. A lot of people left there. Dr. Samura W.M don't come make it clear today. Let the doubt left. All the people get for talk, throw this, throw that. The man himself don't can talk to me today. And the word that
Ibrahim, interestingly, people are waking they ask for the definition of democracy, which I would have never asked.
Thank you.
Please, Kamara, Dr. Samura Kamara, don't define them. 1.
Yes.
Voter access. 2. Fair representation. 3. Protection of voters' rights. 4. Accountability and transparency. 5. Political intimidation. All of these things, if they are negative, that is electoral, the definition of electoral.
Absolutely. Dr. Samura W.M, Salon no go set the record for get elections where result no show. Salon no go set that record. No, we don't set all kind of record. This one, no agree.
No, we don't agree. And the thing is, it tell we, in this interview, it tell we the meaning of electoral justice. And they also tell we the plan for the fight of electoral justice.
Civil society organizations, imams, pastors, international community, everybody.
Yes, everybody.
Thank you.
And it's not only the meaning about this, but it's just the fact that I talk them.
Absolutely.
But you see, some people, civic education, Ibrahim, must be key.
Absolutely.
Well, we go continue we interview because it's too late. You've had a long day. But I really want to say we appreciate you. And I hope Salon people go look at the positive. They don't get a fixed mind and say, oh, if you don't sell, we don't want to listen anymore.
Gashi, I don't understand how people, they look Dr. Samura Kamara. When you look the man no more, the way they feel fine. So to God, and God bless me.
I don't want to play Ibrahim. I don't it was with instances, Ibrahim.
Gashi,
I cannot believe.
Gashi, if you play with Dr. Samura Kamara, you don't know the salon. No,
wonderful things will happen to you, not so?
Yes, sir. It's the blessing of the Lord. Thank you, Dr. Samura Kamara. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Yes, sir.
There is victory.